Why lack of attention is addictive, a human-centered psychological narrative. Have you ever found yourself stuck in a relationship you know is hurting you, yet you still can't let go? Not because the other person is extraordinary, but because your mind is constantly occupied with them. You're always waiting. Waiting for a message. Waiting for a sign. Waiting for the hope that maybe this time, something will change. And the strangest part is this. The less attention you receive, the more attached you become. The more distance there is, the louder your thoughts get. It's as if their absence has a stronger effect on you than their presence. Today, this isn't a video about romantic love. It's a video about the human brain. About why lack of attention can behave like an addictive substance, without us even realizing it. Most people believe that attachment simply means loving too much. But psychology tells a different story. Attachment often means unresolved anxiety. When you enter a relationship where attention is unstable, your brain shifts into what psychologists call a search mode. Your mind starts scanning constantly. For messages. For tone changes. For signs of closeness or distance. And interestingly, this constant searching doesn't exhaust the brain. It activates it. Here's a crucial point. The human brain calms down around what is predictable. But it becomes attached to what is unpredictable. When someone is consistently kind, consistently present, consistently attentive, the brain quickly labels them as safe. And safe means no threat. No threat means no need to stay on high alert. But when attention comes and goes, the brain perceives danger. Not physical danger, but the danger of loss. And this is exactly where dopamine enters the picture. Dopamine is not the chemical of pleasure, and it's not the chemical of love. Dopamine is the chemical of anticipation. The brain doesn't reward you when you receive something. It rewards you when you expect you might receive it. That's why the unread message feels stronger than the answered one. Silence feels louder than conversation. Absence feels more powerful than presence. Lack of attention operates through this exact mechanism. It becomes a form of psychological conditioning. In behavioral psychology, the strongest form of conditioning is intermittent reinforcement. You don't know when the reward is coming. And that uncertainty keeps the brain engaged. If a reward came every single time, the brain would eventually relax. But when rewards appear randomly, the brain never settles. It stays in a constant state of anticipation. This is what inconsistent attention does. One day warmth. One day distance. One day closeness. One day silence. And slowly, your focus shifts. From asking, is this relationship good for me? To asking, how do I get their attention back? At that point, you're no longer evaluating the relationship. You're adjusting yourself to be accepted. This is where self-blame quietly begins. You start thinking, maybe I'm too sensitive, maybe I should be more patient, maybe if I were better, the attention would return. And this is how self-worth erodes. Not through insults. Not through conflict. But through ambiguity. Relationships that are clearly unhealthy often end faster. But relationships that are half-present tend to last much longer. Because the brain is far more sensitive to unfinished patterns. This is also why emotionally healthy people can sometimes feel boring. Healthy people are consistent. They're clear. They're predictable. And to a nervous system that's used to emotional turbulence, this calm can feel like emptiness. When in reality, it's not lack of emotion. It's the absence of anxiety. Many of us, without realizing it, confuse attraction with anxiety, intensity with insecurity, and emotional depth with emotional pain. These patterns usually come from earlier experiences. If love once came with worry, if attention was conditional, If being seen required effort, the brain learns to label this pattern as familiar. And the brain often mistakes familiarity for safety. That's why a calm relationship can feel flat, while a chaotic one feels intense and meaningful. But that intensity isn't depth. It's nervous system activation. Healthy love makes you feel calmer, clearer, more grounded. A relationship that only pulls you in through absence isn't love. It's closer to addiction. The way out of this cycle isn't forcing logic onto emotions. It's gradual awareness. Asking yourself, do I feel more at peace, or more on edge? Am I being myself, or constantly adjusting to be chosen? Your body usually knows the answer before your mind does. Restlessness, tightness, constant anticipation. These aren't signs of love. They're signs of misalignment. In a healthy relationship, even longing feels tolerable. But in an addictive dynamic, even the good moments carry anxiety. And perhaps the most important truth is this: lack of attention is not a sign of high value. It's a sign of an inability to create healthy emotional connection. If someone only feels attractive when they're distant, the issue isn't chemistry, it's the nervous system. And that leads us to the deeper question: if lack of attention has such a powerful effect on the brain, why do some people use it intentionally? Enjoyed this video? Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. We're uncovering the hidden psychology behind human behavior. Join us and see the truth for yourself.